Ladies and gentlemen, something extremely exciting was shown off in this week's Community Crunch DINO TLC Phase 2 preview. In the last Community Crunch, we got a glimpse into the TLC Phase 1, where they showed the new models for the Dire Bear, Procoptodon, Gigantopithecus, Direwolf, and Tyrannosaurus Rex. And they plan on releasing, we got a release date for the TLC Phase 1, ladies and gentlemen. It is slated for February 18th on PC. Still no date for Xbox and PS4. And that's because it has to go through certification, and it takes a lot longer than the process for Steam. So I'm sorry, Xbox and PS4 players, there is no current date, but I expect probably they usually get the updates within a month of PC. So keep an ear out for that. But I'm super excited, and we got a glimpse into TLC Phase 2, which is arguably even better. As you may know from the thumbnail, we are getting a new Argentavis model. Not only are we getting a new Argentavis model, but it is getting a bunch of new skills, and it looks amazing. Just look how freaking beautiful this thing is. I cannot wait to mutate these or see what the mutations I've got already. It looks 100 times better. The Argentavis looks like garbage compared to the new model. I cannot believe how amazing this looks. And in the Community Crunch, it says, the Argentavis has long since been a favorite flyer to many. With its high health, weight, and stamina, it's an essential air mount that will now be getting a bit more love. Just wait. It's not a bit more love. It's a lot of love, ladies and gentlemen. The DINO TLC will grant the Argent a new saddle that will receive reduced weight capabilities on obsidian and various other materials, and the ability to craft smithy items, which is awesome. It's like you're flying beaver. It's amazing. So yeah, you can craft smithy items within the saddle, and the Argent will now be able to carry 2 additional passengers. What? 2 additional passengers? That is amazing. And I imagine this also means we're going to be able to shoot off of its back. At least the passengers will be able to. So yeah, the Argent will now be able to carry 1 with its claws and 1 on its beak. What? Oh my god. The Argent will be carrying heavier than current creatures in its talons, while its beak will be able to support the weight of smaller creatures. That is really cool. So we can actually carry 2 creatures at once. That is awesome. Lastly, upon consuming a corpse, the Argent will receive rapid health regeneration, making this vulture a formidable aerial tank. That is not a bit more love. That is amazing. I cannot wait. I loved Argies as it was. They're my favorite flying mount, but now they are they're the top dog. They're amazing. You're not going to want to use anything else. It's truly going to be the best flying mount. I cannot believe this. Now, aside from the Argentavis, we also got a new update on the Spinosaurus. And the Spinosaur model looks so good. I've never really been a fan of the Spino, just because it just didn't really look that great. But this new model looks smooth. It's clean. It is so nice. Oh my goodness. We only got 2 angles from it. The face-to-face like the Rex, and then 2 standing side by side. And they just look so much better. It just looks clean, and it looks realistic now compared to just the ugly, scaly thing that we had before. I don't even know. But just its face alone looks 1,000 times better. So we do have some more information on this one as well. The quadruped stance on the Spinosaur has been a hotly debated since it first joined ever since then. Wow, that was a weird sentence. Those for the stance enjoyed its dog-leg run, while those against felt like it was not true to the real-world version of the Dino. With the TLC Pass, the Spinosaur will now be able to operate in both a bipedal and quadrupedal stance, which is pretty cool. So it's like the Iguanodon now. When on 2 legs, the Spino will move slower, but be able to bite and use its claws to do increased damage, while on 4 legs, it will be able to move faster. Due to its affinity to water, the Spino will receive a buff which applies a bonus to movement speed, turning radius, attack damage, and health regen when fighting in water, which is amazing, and now you actually have strategies when fighting things. This is really cool. The TLC patches are doing so much to Arc, and they're changing so much. There's a lot more, guys. You have no idea. And will last for some time after exiting the water. So those buffs will also last. So you can theoretically just run into the water, run out, and you can just keep going back and forth if you don't want to stay in the water. It will also prefer prime fish for taming, interesting, over prime meat, and have an increased chance of gathering prime fish meat. But before we can do all of that in Phase 2, we have to get through this upcoming patch, is what they say. So we are expecting TLC Phase 1, which is version 277. We've got tentative patch notes for that as well, which I'll review in another video because there are a lot of patch notes. And the ETA is for the week of February 18th, which is amazing. So I'll also go over the dinos that were already in the Phase 1. They do look really cool here. So we've got the Dire Bear is getting a new model, which looks phenomenal. Oh my goodness. I never really liked the way the Dire Bear looked. A lot of you guys asked me to mutate it, and I just never liked it. It didn't mutate nicely. The colors didn't mesh together well. It just didn't look good. But I have a feeling this new Dire Bear with the updated fur is gonna look amazing. So we believe the Dire Bear is in a relatively secure place at the moment, though we are still planning on making a few changes to it. When riding the Dire Bear, players will be immune to bees. They won't be able to knock you off your bear, and they will target focus the bear instead of the player. In addition to this change, the bear will also be able to harvest honey from wild beehives without attracting bees or hurting the hive. Plus, the amount of honey it will receive is 2 times the standard amount, which is pretty awesome. And then the Procoptodon is also getting an update, and I've mutated the Procoptodon once, and it was because it was just so ugly, I just couldn't stand to even bother breeding it. But they look really cool now. They don't look... They looked like garbage before, let's be honest. But they look really nice now, and they got some new abilities as well, which might make them actually useful. You might actually want to use them now. So right now, if you're using the Procoptodon, it's primarily for transportation. We don't see it as highly combative mount, more so a utility creature with its fantastic jump and ability to carry a second person. Here's what we're planning. The Procoptodon will take reduced fall damage. Its carry weight will be noticeably increased, and it will gain a new ability to carry baby dinos and small creatures in its pouch. What? That is awesome. We figure that puts the creature in a decent spot, and the suggestion of using the pouch to carry babies was excellent. Thanks, our play arc. And we're forgetting something. Oh yeah, we're going to give it a kick. It'll be pretty tough to be able to knock back something significantly large creatures. That is really awesome. And then we've got the Gigantopithecus, aka the Bigfoot, which looks so much better now. The model for it looks so creepy. It looked like somebody that would be sitting outside of your window creeping on you while you're touching yourself at night or something. I don't know. It was terrifying, though. But the new model looks really good, and I think the mutations on these will look really nice as well. But we got some information here. We had quite a few ideas pop into our heads when coming up with some additional abilities for Bigfoot. But did it need more strength and fighting abilities? What about how will it move? Could we provide it some new features? Ultimately, here's what we settled on. The Bigfoot will receive an armor-degrading attack. This means when it fights, it'll do more damage to your armor's ability. It's important to note that the armor-degrading attack will not affect the Yeti creatures found in the game. Interesting. Its movement needed some work, so we'll be giving it the ability to jump, which is amazing, which is kind of critical considering you need to know how to hop on and off the zip lines it's going to climb. Yep, that's right. It'll be able to use zip lines. That is very cool all on its own. In addition to these changes, we'll also be improving its throwing ability so it's more accurate, similarly to the crab, which is really nice. And then the one I'm very excited about, other than the T-Rex, is the updated Direwolf model. It looks so good. It looks amazing. I cannot wait to mutate the Direwolf again. I'm going to be mutating all the new TLC creatures as well, so if you guys want to see that, don't forget to subscribe for more. But without further ado, let's see what we got here. In Phase 1 of the update, we'll be introducing a new ability, a passive buff, as well as changing how its Howl and Pack buff currently work. First of all, the Howl will activate the Pack buff for a duration of time, about 5 minutes. This means it won't be active for all of time, but to compensate, we'll be strengthening the buff to make the wolves stronger. As a little bonus, when the alpha wolf howls, so will all the others. We're also planning for this mechanic to play out in the wild wolves too, which is terrifying. As for its nose, we're doing two things. We're providing it with a passive buff which allows it to sniff out people or creatures with less than 50% health, and this will be indicated via an icon. Think of it like Hunter's Instinct. That is really cool. Secondly, we'll be giving a sniff tertiary ability to indicate nearby explorer notes. Oh. Or detect stealth or buried creatures. That is really cool. And then last but not least, the amazing new Tyrannosaurus Rex models. It looks amazing. I've been saying for a long time that the T-Rex needed a good update, a good model update. A lot of people were arguing that it looks fine. No, this looks fine. This looks amazing. The old Rex does not look fine in comparison to how amazing this one looks, but you guys get the gist of it. So, the Rex is in a pretty strong place at the moment. It's considered one of the top tier creatures. It is used continuously to fight bosses, as well as often seen in PvP. So we didn't want to give it too many changes to avoid making it overpowered, but here is what their plan is. We're going to improve its movement climbing ability so that it doesn't get stuck behind small rocks and can climb up steeper slopes. Major issue in Ark currently. It's nice to know that they're going to be fixing that. We're also planning to change the roar. When targeting an enemy and using its roar, the enemy will be forced to poop. That is amazing. There will be a cooldown on both the Rex and people who have recently pooped, so don't get your poop lock with 10 Rexes. Oh my god. But that's pretty much it for Phase 1 of the TLC patch, which will be coming out February 18th. All things considered, we're probably not going to see it on the 18th, but I'm hoping we do. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the TLC Phase 1 and the preview for TLC Phase 2, which is crazy exciting. I'm so excited about the Argentavis update. You guys have no idea. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I'll be covering the TLC updates as they come, mostly when they get announced, just because I feel like you guys are more interested about when it's announced than anything else. But yeah, I'm going to be doing lots of mutations when these comes out. I hope you're all excited. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to share, support, and smash that like button. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.